And one I want to turn to is from China. Maybe you've seen some of these pictures. Thousands of people have been left stranded after very heavy rain in the south of the country. We're hearing at least 5 people have been killed and hundreds of homes have been destroyed. We've got more details from our China media analyst, Kerry Allen.
Well, this happens every year. It's monsoon season, and particularly areas of southern China get really heavily affected. So there are videos appearing today on Chinese media, Chinese social media, showing firefighters in areas like Sichuan, Guizhou, quite poor provinces, rescuing people because of the floods. And the reports are that the floods are actually worse than they have been. They've reached a record high. In fact, in one village in Guizhou, the flood water is 2 meters high. So we're seeing lots of pictures of babies being rescued by firefighters in dinghies in areas of China, and a lot of emphasis from official media saying that they're going all out. They're working hard to help people during this.
Some of the pictures I saw you were quite shocking. I mean, even the geese that were there were being pushed backwards with the strength of the water as the rescuers were trying to bring people to safety. But if this does happen, as you say, you would imagine that perhaps there would be more procedures in place, more infrastructure to stop it happening the next time.
Well, this is what's interesting, the fact that this always happens. And it's areas that are really poor that get very heavily affected by this. And there have been calls in the past for the government to do more to improve the infrastructure. But there have been reports that at least 6 people have died. Hundreds of thousands of people have been relocated. And it's happening in areas that are very rural, very poor in China. So there is a lot of concern about this.
Has the rain stopped? Will there be relief, do we know, for these people?
The rain will continue. They normally go on for about a month, and we see a lot of reports about it. But the government's always very cautious to have a positive spin on stories like this. So it doesn't want people to kind of be thinking about the fact that a number of people have died, people have lost their homes. What it likes to do instead, I mean, China uses this expression, positive energy. So whenever you read a news article, you feel positive. You don't feel, oh no, things bad are happening. So what they're seeing today are a lot of reports really praising the authorities for doing as much as they can. And that's what they're seeing, a lot of emphasis on the firefighters.
A lot of the pictures I saw as well, and they're quite striking, dressed in red as they make their way perhaps through really rivers, as it seems, which were, I suppose, previously roads. But reaction to that, I mean, do they hold a special place in the heart of Chinese people, these rescuers?
They do, but I mean, one of the things that needs to be factored in is that China has thousands of people who are paid by the government. They're known as the 50 Cent Party or 50 Cent Brigade, and they will always leave messages more or less orchestrating social media opinion and saying, oh, I hope they're okay. And to be fair, some of these can be genuine because a lot of firefighters in China are very young. They're not very well trained. And so, people are genuinely concerned about them. But any kind of outcry about whether or not the authorities are doing enough, that won't be seen because there's so much about the firefighters.
Thanks very much to Kerry Allen bringing us up to date on that story that she's covering.